there is a quiet addiction in your need to improve, and you probably don't realize it, just like I didn't realize it back then. I mean, if you look at your journey, just like when I look at my journey, it makes sense to seek to improve ourselves, right? When I was 20 years old and I just discovered the self development community, I was like, okay, like this is really the holy grail. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. I didn't feel good enough. I was not confident. I was almost a virgin at 20. I lost my virginity when I was 19, but we just had sex one time and that was it. I was not able to meet women. I was not able to have dates. I didn't feel respected. I was really feeling this lack of purpose, right? Like I was doing a job that I didn't really like. I was just doing it because I wanted to pay the bills, maybe travel once a year, right? And in terms of fitness, also horrible. I know it may be a little bit crazy because now I don't look like this, but back then I was smoking cigarettes, I was drinking alcohol, I was not going to the gym, I was not practicing yoga. I was not doing any of that, right? I was really low. So of course, from this place of not feeling confident, not having the greatest physique, not having the money, all of that, yes, it makes sense to seek to improve, right? But the interesting thing, and this is really what happened to me, is that you might achieve what you're looking for, right? So let's say with dating, you start meeting women, right? You go out there in the streets, you give some compliments, and then you have some numbers, you have some dates, sex here and there, and then you have a relationship, right? And after achieving this, you're like, it's not enough. I'm still feeling a little bit empty. What can I improve more? Maybe I can improve the way I'm flirting. Maybe I can improve my bedroom skills. Maybe I can improve my tonality. There's always something to improve, right? The same thing with money, right? Oh, I finally make 10K a month. Great. Okay, it's not enough. Let's make 50K a month. It's not enough. Let's make 100K enough. Not enough, not enough, not enough. Same thing with fitness, right? Oh, I lost some weight. Oh, I gained some weight, right? I'm finally more muscly. Oh, it's not enough. It's never enough, right? And you see where I'm getting at here, yeah? The problem with constantly wanting to improve is that it's coming from the wrong place because you're trying to fill a void that will never be fulfilled. Because whenever you come from the place of not feeling good enough, it doesn't matter what you do, it will not be good enough. And I'm sure you can recognize this in yourself, right? You achieve something, maybe you feel good for a little moment, right? The dopamine is kicking in, but then, okay, what's next? You seek the next achievement, right? And the crazy thing about this is that some people spend their whole fucking life achieving the next thing, right? So a great example of this is actually people that run marathon, right? They run the marathon, and then after the marathon, they start to feel like shit, right? Because they achieved this big thing, but they still feel the void, and it's happening on all levels in every areas of your life. It's that deep. It's crazy. It's really crazy, right? So with that in mind, what do you do? Okay, I know I'm not good enough. Great. What to do with this? Well, you want to look at it like this. This is really the essence of the work that I'm doing with my clients. There is a part of you that doesn't feel good enough. It's not the whole you. There is a part of you that has a story, that has certain thoughts, that has there's even like a sensation to it. Like not feeling good enough has a taste, right? And so what you want to do is to connect with this aspect of yourself that doesn't feel good enough. Instead of running away from it by meeting women and having dating success or making more money or having a great physique, you want to tap into this aspect of yourself and connect with it and become friend with it. And this is the most difficult part, because being friend with not feeling good enough is really uncomfortable. Because it means that in some ways you have to accept the fact that right now you aren't enough. Because if you push that aside, it's going to be in the background as a shadow. And a shadow, no matter what you do, is always here following you. And this is why your subconscious is controlling your life without you realizing it. It's making you achieve all these things because deep down you don't feel good enough, right? And it's never enough. It doesn't matter how much you achieve. It's never enough. Never, right? But that's because this very part isn't fully healed, fully integrated, right? And this part will never feel satisfied by what you achieve. Never. Because this part of you that doesn't feel good enough is stuck in the past. It's stuck at a very specific moment, or maybe multiple moments in your childhood, where you started to believe that you aren't enough, right? And so as long as you don't get in touch with this aspect of yourself, become friend with it and accept it as, okay, this is part of my psyche. That's okay to not feel good enough right now. Then you will keep on wanting to achieve. You will keep on not feeling good enough. You will keep on feeling like it really inadequate, right? There's something wrong with you. And you will keep on feeling this need like, oh, I need to do something. And it never ends, And the interesting thing is, when you start connecting with this aspect of yourself, becoming friend, accepting it, interestingly enough, this aspect of yourself realize, maybe I don't need to believe this story of I'm not enough anymore. I don't need to believe this. I can move forward. It's going to be a slow process, because learning to raise your self-esteem is not something that is going to happen like this. It just won't, right? But if you just take your time, you be patient, you constantly connect with this aspect of yourself, you become the dad, right? The compassionate, loving dad for this aspect of yourself, you will see that you will raise the self-esteem of this part, and at the same time raise your self-esteem, right? And then you're going to start acting very differently. Now I know you might be thinking, oh, but if I'm enough, then I will not do anything. Let me question that. First of all, how do you know? You haven't experienced feeling deeply good enough. Or maybe you had some glimpses, right? But you haven't truly felt what it means to be good enough, right? So how do you know? Second of all, you will be very surprised that you can do something from a place of I am enough and still feel like, oh, I can learn this, I can improve this without feeling this inadequacy, right? So you can improve yourself still while feeling good enough. So I know it's maybe a little bit tricky, but the whole point that I'm trying to make here is that the reason why you're trying to improve yourself is because you don't feel good enough. So you need to get in touch with that, and then when you start feeling a bit more enough, you raise your self-esteem and stuff like that, you will see what you really want to do. Because the interesting thing, and I know there's a lot of interesting thing, is that there's a lot of things that you do right now that you wouldn't really do if you were enough. But you're doing them because you're so inadequate, right? So that's your way out. So that's your way to escape, right? So just to give you an example of what I mean with this, right now I'm learning how to play the mouth harp. It's a very ancient instrument, right? And it's not something that I'm doing to prove myself like, oh yeah, I can play music, I mean, it can happen sometimes to think like this, but this is not the case for me. The reason why I'm I've decided to play the Joe harp is because after going through a lot of internal work, one of the insight I got was, oh, I really want to express this artistic side I have in me, right? And this insight appeared when I started to feel good enough, right? It was this genuine desire of like, fuck, I have this artistic side of me. I spent my whole life meeting women, having sex, all these dates and blah, blah, blah. But right now I want to change things. I want to do something a bit more meaningful. I want to learn a new instrument. And for 2 or 3 years, I didn't know which instrument. I was playing violin back then when I was young, but I didn't want to play violin right now. And then, that's a story for another day, but I discovered the Joe harp and man, like fell in love with it, started to play it. And the whole thing about learning an instrument is that you have to improve, But I'm improving because of the love I have for the instrument, not because I'm not enough, I'm just improving because I just want to play better. I want to enjoy this instrument. I can see that there's a special relationship between me and the mouth harp, and I really want to expand that connection, right? And that's a very different way to operate from, rather than, oh, I'm not enough, so let me do this, right? First, fix not feeling good enough, and then see what you really want to do. And you'll be surprised. Maybe you will want to learn a new instrument. Maybe you will want to become an actor. Maybe you'll want to start traveling the world. Or maybe you'll want to settle down, right? This was also my case. I was traveling the world because I was avoiding a lot of things. And for me, the big step was to actually settle down and be in one place. And this is what I have been doing for the past 2 years or 1 year. I don't remember. But I've been really fully committed to that. Anyway, I think it makes sense. And I am actually organizing a challenge right now for nice guys who have like people-pleasing tendency, who feel a little bit overlooked, maybe people disrespect you, or maybe they are walking all over you. If you want to learn how to be truly confident, like really, really confident from a genuine place, to feel more masculine, to assert yourself in a better way, you can comment challenge. And I will send you all the details about this challenge. It's 12 euros, I think. And you have a training every day for 7 days. You have a group coaching session. And if you join early, you have an early bird where you literally get like one free one-on-one session just because you join early. So you can join if you want, if you're interested into this kind of work. It's going to be a combination of internal work and masculinity training. So not just internal work, not just masculinity. It's going to be a combination of both. It's going to have this like holistic kind of taste. So yeah, if you're into that, comment challenge. I'll send you the details. If not, all good. I see you.